Welcome to the Christmas edition of Dissect the Song. I got my Grinch onesie on. My heart's really small, so I'm going to be ruthless, savage, as it were. And I got the Christmas tree in the back. So we're going to crack into it and let's get going. What I'm going to do this time, though, is instead of one song, I'm going to pick apart a bunch of different Christmas songs, and it's going to be like short little like snippets of them. And let's get cracking. We're going to go pretty quickly here with the different Christmas songs. So I figured best one to start out with is, of course, the Grinch. We're going to start out, it's going to be right in the beginning. That's all we're going to do is this little snippet in the beginning. And you're going to hear the horns kind of come in, and then you'll hear this dun 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 dun, and then you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. And then behind that, listen to what happens behind that. That's going to be the interesting part. So check it out.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are.
So right there, do 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 do, and then try and listen to the horns. It goes,
Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
So we're gonna do the breakdown of White Christmas, and you're gonna hear this lead in, and then it goes, which I just think is a funny ass part. So this part, I just think this whole part is kind of crazy. Like, one, his voice is absolutely nuts, but then like imagine if you're dancing and you change the movement to the inflection of his words. So check it out.
Just like the ones I used to know. When the treetops.
It's just crazy. So you could take that part and like, that's a great thing to actually practice to, because you're not going to find many songs that have that, especially with lyrics. So the crazy thing would be the white, and he goes, you hear the vibration, and then he like does this whole like up and down with his vocals for the White Christmas part.
I'm dreaming of a white
Christmas! Like, it's all over the place. But I thought that was kind of a cool part in the song. So that's White Christmas by the Drifters. That's like a really interesting, you might hear it on the radio sometimes, but that one's kind of cool to move to. I like that part. So moving on to the next song, Santa Claus is Coming to Town by Fred Astaire. It's from the actual movie. I actually like that movie, so I picked that one out. So basically, with any of these kinds of songs like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, anything that came from those like classic movies, like those claymation kind of movies, in the songs, like you'll have like the lyrical part, it'll finish, and then you have a like do-do-do-do, like some kind of instrumentation afterwards. So I'm going to play it, listen to it, and pay attention to the instrumentation that happens after he vocalizes whatever lyrics he's saying.
Tell you what, Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list and checking it twice. He's going to find out who's...
If you listen back, you have all these like, probably like a wood block or something that's constantly going gong, 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 and then you have some other flutes or something.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Tin, 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 tin. Oh, if you hear that, listen really close. This is really subtle. You might not hear it, but it goes tin, 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 tin.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Tin, 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 tin. It's just kind of cool. So that was Santa Claus is Coming to Town. That one, if you listen to it, it's cool to listen to like the instrumentation that happens behind it. It's pretty subtle, but it's always kind of cool, and they put a lot of stuff in there. So moving on to the next one, gotta do it. Gotta put the creep in there. I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus by the Jackson 5. This one's just crazy to me. Like, the lyrics are just so nuts. And then listen back, it was kissing, kissing, which I think is just funny. So right there, those bells that come in, I didn't even know that was there, but that's kind of cool. Under the mistletoe last night, ging, 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 ging. Definitely didn't see Michael Jackson creeping down the stairs to have a peep to watch his mom kissing Santa Claus. So I'm going to leave it on that note. But I thought that was kind of interesting. If you hear that song again, listen to those little things in the background. It's kind of cool. They have these cool bells. And then obviously you have the rest of the Jackson 5 kind of adding in good little ad-libs in there. So, pretty cool. So, gonna do Bing Crosby and David Bowie. I just like how David Bowie sounds here. This is more in an emotional quality, so this one I'm not gonna really try and identify anything behind the music. I don't know, for some reason it caused like an emotional kind of thing. Like, I was like, holy crap, you can really feel the quality of his vocals, like, just kind of hits you. And then plus, it's just a fun kind of song. I always like this one.
Our finest gifts we bring, rum-a-bum-bum, rum-a-bum-bum, rum-a-bum-bum. Can it be that years from now, perhaps we'll see?
And then also the cool snare hits. I'm going to play it one more time and try and see if you can catch the snare hits that happened before in the beginning. I keep missing the pattern, but it's like this snare roll, and then you hear the cymbal crash, and then you have like two solid hits again. So try listen to it one more time, see if you can catch it. I'm having a difficult time doing it. Goes ta 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 ta. So that was kind of cool. So next time you listen to the song, try and see if you can catch those snare, the drums in the background. See if you can catch that layer and like identify that pattern. I always thought that was kind of cool. So that's Bing Crosby and David Bowie, Little Drummer Boy, and Peace on Earth together. So kind of cool. I like that song a lot. This one's just fun to me. It's We Are Santas Elves from the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer soundtrack. So check it out.
Do the things you should, and we bet you he won't forget you. We are Santas Elves.
So this just like, man, this is such a perfect song to like do a robot thing to, or like cutting, or like whatever. It's so staccato. You have so many little sounds. I missed a bunch of them just then, but it goes right into like a wood block, and you know, ding, 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 and then all the little bells. I'm gonna play it one more time just to see if you can kind of catch on to what's going on. That's kind of a so listen to that real quick.
He won't forget you. We are Santas Elves.
I always like the song. So that's We Are Santa's Elves from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. If you ever listen to that song again, listen to the lyrics and then see if you can catch the layers again and that happened in the backbeat. It's kind of similar to Santa's Coming to Town, where like the lyrics will happen and then you'll hear like a bells or a piano or something come in. So I thought that was kind of cool. Next I'm going to finish with my favorite Christmas song. It's Carol of the Bells. This song, like, I can listen to over and over for some reason. I think it's a genius song. And we know it's a Christmas song, but it never feels like a Christmas song. The melody in it is insane. It fits for anything. That's why Metallica was able to use it. What's the other one? Trans-Siberian Orchestra was able to use it. Like, it's just such a cool freaking sound. It's almost like not a Christmas song, I feel like. And it has this like very creepy vibe to it, which I always appreciated, which I thought was super cool. It just made it like you could feel like there's like this darker emotion to the song for some reason, even though the whole thing is like the lyrics and everything is uplifting and positive, but like just the quality of it's like crazy. It's like such a paradox of a song. So this is my favorite Christmas song of all time. I'm just gonna play it. It's kind of nuts, and I'm just gonna identify what I think is cool about it. I mean, right, you have it's so creepy. You have this like build up. There's actually this build up in the background that's going on very slowly. And then you have the ding dong. And then you have obviously it's just crazy. There's so much to use all the time in it. dun 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 dun. So it's like pretty much sets of 4 constantly. So what I like to do with this song is I just kind of use it to practice sets of 4. So like if I was like dun 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 bum 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 bum. So dun 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 dun. So it's a set of 4. So I just think of sets of 4 movements, so like sequences of 4, so to speak, and I just practice that over and over and over. So dun 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 dun. So I'll be more prepared to hit other sequences of 4 in other songs. So kind of cool. And you can hear like the drums in the background, boom, and then it kind of rolls, boom. Listen to that again. So even in this, you have obviously the main lyrics going on. You have another layer of a choir singing, and then you also have the bells that are actually tinkering in the background there. So there's actually a crap ton of layers that are going on with this song, and they're all, like, in my opinion, just genius melodies, like just freaking cool rhythms. Listen to this. Yeah. In the background. So there's this, I don't know what instrument it is, but if you listen to the very back layer, the build-up layer goes boom. Like it's really haunting actually. It goes dun 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 dun. It's this back layer behind it, and it's actually like pretty haunting. So I'm gonna play it one more time. Let's see if we can catch it. It's gonna be kind of cool. Hear the drums? So yeah, so that's the Christmas edition of Dissect a Song. I just picked apart a couple different songs just really quickly. I hope you enjoyed it. It was fun for me to do this one, a little bit of a different style of the video. And yeah, Merry Christmas to everyone. Have a good, happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you're celebrating. Have a good one of it. I wish nothing but the best for everyone. Health and happiness to all, as it were. Fairly certain that was the lyrics of a Christmas song that I just said right there. So that's a thumbs up right there.